You get a cowl and pants. There are no silver trimmed ones, but if you tell him that you would like one with silver trimming, he will absolutely make one with silver trimming, which, much like the jacket, would count as part of a noble's attire. A higher up noble, not quite royal, but just like how Tucson has a higher up commoner, this is a higher up noble kind of outfit that you could eventually make.
Okay.
As far as the cowl, it's just a cowl.
I would probably look for one that's a very deep black.
Yeah, you find it. There's a normal black one. There's also a black one that has a collection of feathers that go down along the shoulders as well.
Yes. The
Okay.
feathers.
This could be put in unison with your silver trimmed stuff later to have a very fancy outfit. And then Lamb, the picture that you posted, I'm assuming that's what you're gonna be looking for?
Eventually, but I'm not going to be buying anything right now.
Okay.
Except for, the skull motif. I don't need the skull motif in the middle.
Or do you?
I don't.
Nope, he wants it to be a icicle.
A snowflake.
A snowflake. I don't know, he's an ice dude, so...
Well, originally I was going to have mine be, blue and silver, but Noah kind of took that from me.
Alright. With that, then, he gets measurements of Tucson and Zephyr, and puts away his money and aquamarine, and gets to jotting down on some paper for keeping book records as well as notes on what he has to make and everything else. The group is good to move onward.
Wait, so did Perthos get anything by chance?
No, he didn't want anything.
Okay. So, Zephyr, are you planning to come with us as well?
You're talking about the area with all the scribes and people carrying around the scrolls?
Zephyr's been in there.
Yes.
Social elite, as it were.
Yeah, I need to spend some more time in there, so I'll come along.
Well, then, Venus here, let's get going.
Who follows Tucson? Tate?
I'm sticking with Perthros.
Is Jared with them?
Yeah.
Or Zephyr with them? Okay. Before we go onward, real quickly, Areem, are you playing cards with Balasar and Jade?
Sure, why not?
All right. You guys have been playing some kind of card game, poker, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And it's been a little while. They should have been back from a store by now.
Okay,
You said you wanted to go with them, didn't you?
I did.
Alright. I was letting you know. If he's just gonna keep on playing cards with them, then...
I will.
Okay. We don't worry about it. Never mind. All right. So the four of you enter in the building, and this one does have a receptionist, kind of in the lobby, and a lounge more or less off to the side, and then a staircase leading upstairs to more than likely some offices. But there is a person there waiting.
I'll walk up to her and say, "Good day, madame."
The individual turns around. And it's just like Samael. It's an Asmir.
I thought
That's
you were about
something
to
you
say
don't see
it's
all the time.
Clara. Okay.
Hello.
Yes, would you be able to help us? We have a matter of a deed we need to settle.
Of course. Can I see the deed, please?
I'll pull it out and hand it to her.
She takes it from you, puts it down, starts to skim over it, and her eyes kind of get a little big, and she looks up at you and looks back down at the paper. Or glances up at you and glances back down at the paper, and goes, "Give me 1 minute." And she walks over to an individual, says something to them, and they go up the stairs. And she walks back over and sits down and goes, "It will be just one quick moment." After an awkward, roughly, minute of her just sitting there looking over other paperwork, putting it in different stacks, eventually the individual comes down, and it is a dwarf. And he goes, "This way."
I fall right behind him.
I'm second in line.
I also follow.
Is everyone unarmed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys follow him. He stops at a door, knocks on it, turns the handle, and motions for you guys to go inside.
Go in one by one.
Yep.
All right, you guys enter in. He follows in behind you, sits down, and goes, "All right, so what exactly are we doing today? I hear you have a deed involving the old guild building."
Yes, we completed one last thing for Octomenos before he left, and we procured the guild from him.
You mean the guild hall building?
Yes.
Can I see the deed, please?
Pass it to him.
He starts reading it, goes into his desk, takes out some weird spectacles with some different colored lenses, and has multiple lenses that can go in front of each one. Eventually takes them off, puts them down, and goes, "I see. So you guys aren't just owning the guild hall. You're getting Octomenos' legacy." So he calls it.
Just real quick, would I be able to do an Arcana check on those glasses while he has them on?
Sure.
It's a crap ton of spyglass lenses worth well over $100,000 or coin.
That is a fucking critical failure.
They're stupid glasses that you think are stupid because why would you ever want red and blue lenses in them? That would just make it really hard to see.
It's a cardboard box.
You're not
Oh,
even
I'm
sure
sorry,
if
it's
they're
11,
glasses. You think he just put some weird decoration on his face just for shits and giggles.
You're just gonna look at him a bit funny.
He gets out a collection of papers, starts writing and initialing in different spots, circling a couple of spots, putting a check mark next to a couple of paragraphs that have empty boxes in them. Eventually turns them and passes them towards you and goes, okay, I have put down each spot that you need to check off as to what you intend to do, as well as where you need to sign and initial. As soon as we get done with having you do this, what I'm going to need you to do is I will need you in 1.5 weeks, or in a week and a half, whatever. Come back with this paperwork and go to building 2A. They are labeled outside, so you shouldn't get confused. When you go in there, tell them that you are here to handle the Octominos deed, and they should be able to get you to the appropriate individual. Once you're there, they will talk to you, have you fill out the rest of the paperwork, and you will own the building. As well as anything else that is inside. And technically a couple other locations that, according to this deed, are somehow connected to it. I don't really understand what it means, but I guess he must own buildings in other cities, or he owns a townhouse out in a random farm. I honestly have no idea, but this gives ownership of those as well.
Okay, I'll start going through the paperwork.
So, while signing and checking and initialing and everything else, eventually you get all done, and the dwarf every now and then, if you have a question of like, oh, for paragraph 4, do I do this one or this one? And he explains like, oh, if you want to do this one. If you want to do this one. The benefits are this, the bads are this, blah, blah, blah. But nevertheless, after a grueling, give or take 2 to 3 hours, you would assume the paperwork is done. You have no more questions about said paperwork. You are now done with step 1 for owning the guild hall. And the party is able to leave.
Okay, we just gotta come back here in a week and a half. Thank you for your time. Greatly appreciate your help. And we'll be taking our leave.
As you guys are heading out, Tate?
Yeah.
The Asmir says, ma'am,
Yes.
could I know your name?
Oh, it's Avina. Wait, no, hold on. Before she says that, she kind of stops. She goes, Aviana. Trying to make it fancy. It's
Pardon
basically
me.
spelled the same way, but it's,
Right.
you know.
I see. Is there a lot of your kind around here? Do you know where... I don't mean to be rude, but is there more of you in this area?
Not in this area, not at least that I know of. There may be a few here and there. But I'm more of a diplomat of sorts.
She
There'll be
takes
more
out
of our kind showing up soon enough.
she
Well,
takes out some
visiting and such.
some paperwork. Just a small little packet of papers and hands them towards you.
Crap. Marcus, what have you done? She takes the papers.
Look
And-
these over. And when you're back in the area, go to building 4 and hand them it. You'll understand once you read it.
Okay.
Is it an exotics pets license?
No. They don't know of her exotic pets.
I mean, I would say she would curtsy. And it would almost be natural.
Yep.
For some reason, and even she's confused by that. But she doesn't show it. She's just like, what the hell?
Alright, so she puts away the paperwork, tucking it into the dresser, is just holding on to it in a way that's kind of rolled up in her hand or whatever. And she catches back up with the rest of the party. I'm guessing it's based on how they're standing, this is going to be the order of walking. Not that it super matters, but whatever. Where do the 4 of you go?
Back to the guild hall.
Okay.
The
Well, you
person-
guys are walking back. Before you get back or anything, the other 3 are playing cards. After Areem wins another hand, they've all won a few hands, but Areem has just won a round. Balasar shuffles and deals out cards again, and then kind of looks at Areem and goes, I thought you were joining them. I thought you were joining them. I thought you were going off with the others. It's been hours.
Oh, apparently they didn't want me with them, I guess? I don't know. I was having fun playing cards, I didn't really care too much. So, I suppose I should probably go out and look. Maybe pick up some things anyway.
Well, how about one more round? And he looks at Jade as well. But we make this one interesting. He takes out a,
you want to play the strip version, do you?
yeah. He takes out, 10 gold and puts it on the table. How about we bet on this one? I'll make the first bet.
Alright, this is gonna be interesting. But, I think we should have the stakes a bit higher. I will put 100 gold on the table.
Balasar looks over at Jade. Are you gonna call his raise?
I mean, it sounds like a bit of fun.
Does Jade have
I'll
100
put it
gold?
on. Yes.
Loser also has a strip.
Jade's very okay with that.
Did Jade actually say, like, oh, you're gonna make this a strip round? Or whatever?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
he did.
Balasar puts down 90 gold and then puts down 1 glove with them. Loser has to go out on the street naked.
For how long?
2 times around the block.
Which block?
2 times around... Maybe not 2 times around. Back, or towards the main guild hall, and back to this building.
When you say towards the guild hall, what do you mean to the guild hall, or
Basically,
and then
he's
back,
saying
or...
from here to here, and then back.
I feel like the distance is actually the same as just going around the fucking buildings twice.
Yeah, but he wants you guys to go into a main street.
We want to go into a main street by going around the buildings? At least briefly?
You would, but you'd have a higher chance of being seen having to go all the way to that building.
True.
So that's how he raises the ante.
That's fine, but if I end up losing, I would like some help getting some of this armor off. It's not exactly the easiest thing to get everything on.
Fair enough. He looks at Jade. Are you gonna raise the ante or are you gonna call?
I'll call.
How do you want to handle the card game, Marcus?
We'll say it was a dice game just because dice is way fucking easier. And here we go, 3 sets of dice. I'll take blue.
I'll take green.
Highest roll.
Me.
Ooh, it might not be Balasar. He got 11.
17.
I also got 17. Well, shit. Roll again, I guess?
Wait. Visit. Oh, yeah. I thought I miscounted. Nope, roll again.
Yeah, no, I would have went with, like, you know, like 2 6s being higher than what I have or something. But we
Wait,
literally rolled the same goddamn numbers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's everyone re-rolls.
Including Balasar?
Yep.
Alright.
It was a lost round because everyone matched. Or because 2 matched. He might lost again, 12.
No, but did we roll the same goddamn things again?
No, I got
No.
2
Oh.
5s.
Oh, okay.
Nope,
Pretty
he's
damn
got
close, though.
15, you got 16.
Yeah.
So it looks like you win the gold. And Balasar kind of just looks down and goes, well, a bet's a bet. And he motions his hand, and just like how he can summon his weapon, and desummon it, he desummons all of his clothes, and he's just sitting there naked and goes, all right.
Wait, hold on. Do you want a little help?
Is he a Ken doll?
No, he's not a Ken doll. Anyway, help with...
Not being seen?
No, that wasn't part of the deal. And he starts to run outside. Let me grab his character model. Do either of you watch as he runs outside?
Yes.
As the two of you watch, he makes the corner. And the 4 party members there, you see Balasar completely naked, but he is a Dragonborn, so he is covered in, like, scales and whatnot. But you see a naked Dragonborn run all the way to the guild hall, touch the front door, and then run back to the personal guild hall. Once he gets back inside, he redons his clothes.
I think I'm not gonna go back to the guild hall just yet.
Oh no, looks like there might be some good alcohol there.
Yeah, I'll pass if it makes people do things like that.
So, who goes back? So, Tucson goes back. What about the other 3? Who's,
Perthos is heading down to the Elven District.
Okay. What about Zephyr and Avina?
I'll head back to
Also-
the guild hall.
Okay. Also, is Zephyr gonna want his coat back from Perthos before he leaves?
I didn't take the coat.
I'll be heading back. Yeah.
Who has the coat? Tucson?
Zephyr
Or
has the
Zephyr?
coat.
Oh,
I do.
Zephyr has the coat. Okay. Yeah. Where are you guys going?
Probably back to the
I think he cut out Tate.
probably back to our main guild hall.
The big one or your personal one?
Personal one.
So you're gonna
The
go
big
back.
one isn't ours yet.
You're gonna go back with Tucson as Zephyr and Perthros go their other ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did Zephyr go?
Back to the personal guild hall.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So everyone but Perthros. All right. We'll get to Perthros in a minute. And I don't know what. Oh, you must have picked yourself up, Noah.
Yep.
Okay. And these 3 walk in the door. And you guys see Balasar, he's completely clothed. And before the 3 of you walk in, though, I guess, Balasar walks in the door, redons his clothes, and goes, "Well, that was fun. Do we want to keep playing?"
I mean, it looks like we might have more players.
They didn't walk in yet.
I mean, I'm sure I just probably don't want to do that too often now.
You guys can keep playing. I'm just gonna head out.
As Areem gets up and starts to walk towards the door, these 3 enter said door.
We're back. Paperwork's done. My hand hurts.
It's mostly done. We have to go back.
And a week and a half.
Avina is gonna probably head up to her room with a stack of papers. Like, what did I get myself into?
Alright, Avina goes back up to her room. And I guess goes to her wardrobe room. Does Areem just head on out through the door, Kelp?
Before doing that, I'll ask where the hell Earthros is.
He wanted to do some business on. I just realized I told him not to be alone, and now he's alone.
told him not to be alone because of what?
He's been saying that something's been like watching him or something. He's had a really bad feeling.
Huh. Well, I was gonna head out and pick up some stuff. I'll keep an eye out for him.
Do that.
Yeah, about
Something?
him feeling
Check mobile.
weird. If anyone happens to see a small, child-sized golem thing or a malicious deer, I realize how odd this sounds.
I was
Just-
gonna say, I feel like the rest of the party is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just gonna say that those might be connected to his odd feeling.
Did your eyes break, Zephyr? Do I need to fix up?
No, those were my they were in standard vision. And do you remember Dwayne?
The tiny rock thing?
Yes, the rock that was a gift from Gnome.
What about it?
It may have been a joke. It was just a far more complex joke than we initially thought. He ran out of here the other night, and we had to clean up the floor in the back.
What do you mean he ran out of here?
If you check the back alley, there's some scratches, and that was him running out of town. He grew legs. Avina just thinks he ran out of town, but I think he joined up with... I don't understand yet, so I'm not going to say much more.
Okay then. Well, if there's nothing else, I guess I'll head out then.
I'm going to head up to the couch and try reading some more of the book.
Alright. Where is Areen gonna go?
Well, let's see.
I put him in the city in front of the building. Or on top of the building.
Well, first off, we are going to be heading to AJ's fantastic bookstore. And I am going to be looking for a long list of books.
Alright. Just send me it in a message.
I even saved you the trouble of coming with names, Marcus.
Awesome. That is a lawn list. Is that a full list, or is there even more? Oh, there is even more.
Yeah, there's more.
There's always more.
Beware the Poro.
All of these books may not be gotten, but I mean, you know, stuff.
We're gonna say you do find a collection of them. As far as which ones, I'm gonna have to actually look through the list and decide which ones you can find, how much it's gonna cost, and I'm just gonna keep the rest for future purpose. I mean, a lot of these are relatively like real sounding names compared to half of the ones I give.
Can we name a guy Frank Ocean?
I like that one. Unexpected similarities in the uncommon areas of habitation of the Tarrasque and the Wyvern.
What?
Methods of locomotion of the hippogriff and the giant. A comparison. The glandular system of Yetis. I do like these.
Marcus, I sent you just a URL with the fucking list. That way it's easier to look at than Steam.
Marcus,
Yeah,
let's look at this one.
You're gonna have to give me a minute.
Cap, look at this one.
I don't know where you're being. I can't see your tiny hand on this large map.
Okay, like I said, I'll have to give you it later, but you do find a collection of them.
Okay, and to how much? Or would that be a later thing as well?
That'll have to be a later thing as well, because I'm not too sure.
Fair enough. Next up then, I'll be heading to an alchemist. You got to see some of the other things I wanted.
Well, you, oh, is that in that list?
Yeah, well, or the URL, anyway. It's at the top of the URL.
Gotcha, okay. And what did you want me to look at, Tate? What, where?
Right here. I came up with the building.
Okay. I mean, technically that's not a store building, but we'll say that's someone running a store out of their own house. The only alchemist that you are aware of, I think. Yeah, I think the only one that you're aware of would be Herb's Helpful Healing House, which is where Tate gets, or Avina gets, the medical goop. So, your character might have some bias towards it. Otherwise, you know of the general store. You've never gone in it.
You mean the greatest store?
Yep. Jub's greatest store.
Well, I guess we'll head there first.
Alright, you go towards this store, and this store is very peculiar looking. And when you walk in, it is even more peculiar. It is much like any other general store in that it has plenty of random shit everywhere, ranging from some random weapons to random adventuring gear and so forth. But it also has a lot of other items in here as well, including blown glass sculptures and so forth. Little knickknacks and trinkets of that kind as well. When this is a general store, it is more than just a general adventuring store. This is a literal general store. The back of the building seems to have been broken through and goes into the next building. So what you thought was 2 buildings is actually 1.
Alrighty then.
Although you are almost positive that this was 2 buildings, and this Jub must have decided, fuck it, I want both of them.
Well, am I able to locate any alchemist fire, holy water, smoke sticks, tinder twigs, and good quality rations?
You are. You are able to find all of those things. And while you are grabbing some of it, a halfling walks up to you. And, seems like a younger halfling and goes, "Hi, welcome to Jub's. If you need anything, just let me know." And then he walks away and starts to stock different spots.
Of where I just took stuff out.
Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
That sounds like lamb.
Yeah.
Alright, does this place actually have 15 good quality rations?
It looks like it. There's plenty of rations.
Good quality
And-
rations. Not just any
and
type of
then-
ration. Good quality rations.
No, you go to check the shelf. There's only 4 on the shelf. You ask the employee to get some in the back. That's how that works.
Give me a minute. For some reason, Kelb, the thing comes up completely black, and I have to highlight it to see it.
What? Are you using a skinned browser or something?
No. It's just what it's doing for whatever godforsaken reason. It's never done it before.
Blame Carrie.
Um.
No, don't blame Carrie? Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is good quality rations, but there's only half as many as you would want.
7.5 good quality rations? Who the fuck makes half a ration?
Okay, 7. No, there's 7.5. One of them clearly has been eaten. Has a bite taken. It's like a granola bar, but it's been bitten in half.
Fair enough. I will ignore the half-eaten one and grab the 7 then.
Did you want to ask if they had any more in the back?
Nope. And then I will
Okay.
also change my mind and put 1 back, so there's still 1.5 on the shelf.
Okay.
And then I will go to a different part of the store, put all of them down, and pick up something completely irrelevant.
So, you grab the items, and you can see that there is a counter that you can purchase stuff out of from near the entrance that you came in. There is, like, a staircase and back door and whatnot closer to the back, but...
Are they also selling bookshelves here?
Those you do not see.
Okay. Outside of, the bookshelves that would actually have the items on it, of course. Bookshelves can be used for anything. Just because they're called bookshelves does not mean they need to be used for books.
I had to think about what you were saying, but yeah, I know. You'd be able to get that from Tim or Lethrin, probably.
Or make it myself because we have wood.
Or make it yourself. Either way, though, you walk up to the counter, and behind the counter doesn't look like there's anyone until you get up there, and then a pair of pointy ears kind of pop up at the ends of them. And he must stand on a stack of books or a chair or whatever, and it's a gnome. And he goes, "Ah, how can I help you?"
I will put all the things on the table then that I want to buy.
Oh no.
He kind of pushes each one to the side and jots it down on a piece of paper as he goes. And as he does this, he goes, "Did you find everything okay?"
Didn't get as many good quality rations I would have liked, but 6 will be fine.
He looks up at you. "Would you like us to see if we have any more? Just in storage?"
Suppose you could. I would like another 9.
He looks over towards the halfling. "Hey, boy! In the back! Go see if there's more good quality rations for this gentleman."
Wait, did you say gentleman?
Gentleman.
Magellan?
I heard gentleman.
Yeah, I don't know. I was saying M. That's why I stopped myself and went to gentleman. The halfling goes off and goes through the door. Obviously, this must be a door that leads into a back room or maybe downstairs into like a basement. Either way, he goes through the door, and the gnome looks at you and goes, "He's good help. He really is. A little slow, a little unmotivated, but I think one day he'll be able to take over for me. But if he changes it from Jub Jub to some other stupid name, my ghost will haunt him." After a couple minutes, the halfling comes back up. He has a box, and he takes it over to where the good quality rations would be. He takes out a handful of basically granola bars with some fruits and whatever else like mixed into it, so it's just a general all-around ration. And brings it over and puts them on the counter and goes, "Anything else you'd like me to do, sir?" No. Back to your normal duties." And he goes off and he starts to continue filling spots with stuff. A couple other customers at this point have also walked in and are looking. Some old lady is picking up a glass unicorn and giving it and consistently turning it around, checking it out, trying to see if it's actually good quality. She has knitted into her shirt, probably by herself, "I love unicorns." And Jub Jub looks back at you and he goes, "All right, well, let's total this together." My phone wants to be nice and let me total it.
How much are each of the good quality rations?
You wanted 15, right?
Yeah. So I never realized how fucking expensive holy water is in D&D.
It's because they're nice.
Apparently.
for undead. They're 3 gold. They're not the greatest, but they're not the cheapest. Little under average, but that's probably because it's just granola bars with some fruit put into it. So, he's writing in his pad and he goes, "It looks like that's going to be a total of 310 gold."
Any chance we could lower the price since I'm buying so much?
Ah, a bargain buyer, huh? Well, I got just the thing for your type. And he's reaching under the counter, and he puts down a cup.
What's that?
The cup is upside down. Whoops, I wasn't holding down. Then he reaches under and he picks up another cup and puts it down. But he does this very quick. And he shakes one really quick and you can hear something in it. Come back over to the dice. I'll make you a deal. I will lower the price by 10 gold for every one that you are over my score. Shake the dice, we'll compare the totals, and I will take 10 gold off for each difference we have.
And
Ready?
what if your score beats mine?
Then it's the 310.
Alright.
And I get your soul. Not really. Oh, he got 14.
I got 11. And even though the dice is cockeyed, it says 5, apparently.
There. Oh, that's the thing with luck. Sometimes it doesn't work in your favor.
Doesn't do something, never mind. I'll pay the 310 gold.
Alright. You pay the 310, and you get everything that you wanted there. And as you begin to walk out the store, the old lady walks over and starts talking to him about the glass unicorn. You can see on his face he's got a look of, I just bought the damn thing to sell it. I don't fucking know shit about goddamn unicorns. But you're able to go wherever you wish now.
Who'd you say I could talk to about the bookshelves?
The contractors, Tim's Quality Contracting, or Leather and Garnet's General Contracting.
I'll be going to Lethern's.
Okay.
Have I ran into Lamb, by the way, or the things that I still have to look for?
I actually am in front of the guild hall at the moment, by the way. I'm
my
making
bad.
sure it's locked.
No, it's not.
Alright, doing a quick check, see if anyone's in there.
No.
Alright, go back out, lock it.
Alright, as you lock it and you turn around, you see Areem walking almost into Leather and Garnet's.
I assume he knows what he's doing.
Okay. And, Areem, you go into Leather and Garnet's, and he goes, welcome back. Is this one of the people that you acquired?
I was trying to remember if we did or not. I don't remember. Jared, do you remember?
I know AJ's was, but I can't remember if Garnet was.
I feel like it was. I need to see if I can find my list. Yeah, we got both Lethrin Garnet and Tim Contractor.
Oh, we did.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty much trying to buy every store that you went into. Although there's new stores that we've added now that you have not bought, so there's still that. Anyway, he says his hello to you when you walked in.
Hey, Lethern. I was wondering if I could get a couple bookshelves.
Of course. I have a question for you, though. Being that the guilds are gone because of Octomenos disappearing and the guild dispersing, am I still part of your guild?
Yes you are, and apparently we are taking that stuff over ourselves. For
Oh, so I'm
deed
not-
we got, so yeah.
Amazing. He starts writing something down. If you look, you see it's plans for more or less selling the idea of the fact that he is part of the rebirthing of the guild. Since the
Rebirthing.
guild's
Bonding of Isaac.
more or less fell apart, so to say, to try and get the fame of being part of it coming back.
I'll
From
take
one
notice,
sleepy
but I won't
boy.
say anything about it.
Okay. But as he does that, though, he's still talking to you, and he goes, "So, 2 bookshelves, huh?"
Yeah, just a couple. Might need a third down the road, but we'll see.
Well, he points over to the side. I've already built a few, if you like those ones.
Would it be possible to get them delivered today? As I look over the bookshelves to see how they are crafted.
They're decent. They're not super godly amazing, but they would be borderline masterwork. Like, they're not quite masterwork, really, but they don't look like shit.
And I'll crush my knuckles. Does he answer also if he's able to deliver today?
Of course I can.
Perfect. And how much were you thinking for these bookshelves?
That's what I'm trying to find right now. I've got a price in mind, I just don't want to make it too high.
That makes two of us. Like, I have no idea what the price of a bookshelf is in D&D, because it's terrible at having prices for stuff like this.
Yeah, it's D&D isn't really good at base building stuff.
Tate, what are you doing? Knock it off.
I found a tree. It's unlocked.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's just saying go with what you feel is good. So, he goes, 10 gold per bookshelf. If you were willing to move it yourself, I could lower it down to 7 per.
10 gold's fine. Price isn't going to go up any for it being delivered to the second floor.
I'm not as young as I used to be. I'll help you move it up the book. Or I'll help you move it up the book. I'll help you move it up the stairs if A, you promise that some of you help me, and B, if we drop the things, I'm not held responsible.
That's fine.
Fair enough then. Nope. 10 gold per bookshelf it is.
Alright. I'll take 2 for now. I will hand him the 20 gold.
Okay. So, are you going to help him with moving them and everything then?
Yes.
Alright, we will count that for all intents and purposes then, what you will be doing for the rest of the session. For the end of Lamb's bit of it. Lamb, what is Perthros doing?
He's looking through the Elven District to see if they have something like a public garden. He's assuming that's where he'd be most likely to find something like that.
A public garden?
Yeah.
There was the big town park in the middle of the town.
Did he see something like that around there?
I mean, there was like a flower garden.
I don't think they'd be happy with mushrooms over there.
I mean, there's the circles here have a plethora of different flowers and other things like that, and then just growing in the grass all around this building. Again, a plethora of plants. You're probably going to find someone growing mushrooms somewhere, maybe
Well,
in a crevice in the buildings or whatever.
I'm talking more the ones I have. Like, that's why I was looking for a public garden where it's like I can just plant those and try and cultivate more of them over time.
Not then in that case, not really.
Yeah.
They kind of just plant anything everywhere in this area. And then you would be able to assume, based on the fact that this entire complex is just a massive building. Ignore the fact that it's clearly multiple buildings stuck together for the models.
It works for effect.
Right. It is just a massive building surrounded by grass that has plants planted everywhere. So you could plant them, but keep in mind you would assume probably treat it as plant and regrow, or take and regrow kind of a deal.
Yeah.
So that's someone might take your stuff.
Yeah, after realizing it's not something like that, he's just gonna go find a bench somewhere and just sit down.
Knowing some of the stuff that he's interested in, I would say he would probably want to go, if it's a bench, probably sit down at the thing in the center here. And that's when he realizes what it is.
Alright.
Like, he kind of already figured, but now sitting there just kind of thinking, where the fuck am I going to plant these mushrooms? And just looking around, he then notices there's symbols on the pillars.
Are these ones complete, or do they have the same issues that the other one did?
Similar issue.
Damn it.
But as he looks through them, he might be able to get more of a completed thing. Like, oh, this was broken on the other one.
Yeah, he'll go through with his... Wait, no, that's back at the guild. He'll make a note to come back here and with the book and try to fill out more of what he needs.
All right. After kind of checking it out, would he just head back to the guild hall then?
He'll probably stay here for like an hour or two.
Okay, so that's where we'll end game with him then, is he's just hanging out here, and after about an hour or two, he heads on his way to wherever he's gonna go. And while he does that then, Tate, what's Avina doing?
She's just gonna be looking over that paperwork.
Okay. So, in the paperwork, it talks about the island of Yorif. And something about nobility from there. And something about people that are missing, including nobility. And that there is a request from the king of said island that all individuals that are animal kin to help in the search for missing people.
Oh man.
So that's what she sees there. While we wait for Jared to come back, he'll probably, I guess, be one of the last ones to do stuff. Noah, Balasar, Jade, and Tucson are sitting there, I'm guessing, still playing cards. Or dice. And Balasar goes, hang on. And he leaves for a minute and comes back with a little bottle and puts it down and goes, all right. Loser has to, and he has a spoon. Loser has to drink a spoonful of this.
What is it?
I think it would be more interesting if you guys don't know.
I like the idea there. I suppose.
So, Kelb, if you would roll for one of the characters, and then Noah for the other. Which one are you going to roll for, Noah?
Deucin.
Okay. So, Kelb, if you would roll for Jade, please. $14.
15.
13.
All right. The Balasar takes the bottle, pours a little bit into the spoon, and it is a bright red with, it looks like something sprinkled in it. And he holds it up for Jade to take the spoon.
Alright, I lost. I'll do it. Grab the spoon.
Okay. Roll me a fort save.
$24.
All right. Roll me another fort save.
That was not a roll, that was me picking up in the weird zone. 23.
Drop it in.
And
Drop it in
then
your dice roller.
one more.
This is doing the thing again, sorry.
Drop it in your
There.
dice roller.
I can't pick it up without it doing a thing. 22.
All right. He hands you the spoon. You take the liquid and you're like, oh, as you get a whiff of it. You know exactly what this is. It is hot sauce. You put it in your mouth. You swallow it down. You don't react to it. You go... or whatever you do, and you do not get a negative reaction to this. It is hot, but it is bearable for you.
You know, I think this might go good with some of that food you were making earlier.
Balasar goes, "Oh,
I mean, it's hot, but it's not overkill.
well, I didn't want to kill either of you. I know of a hotter pepper, but we'd have to go a ways."
If we're ever out there, I want to try it now.
Oh, there's plenty of exotic fruits and vegetables out there. Spicy, sweet. I know of a berry near the Elven woodlands that makes everything else taste like sugar. Just everything tastes super sugary. Or super sweet.
Dare we
Not
call it-
sugary. Sweet.
Dare we call it sugar spice or Splenda?
No. There is an actual berry in the real world that makes everything taste really sweet.
I know.
Anyway, so these three are talking and playing cards and or dice, and while they do that, Areem, you enter the door and you see three gentlemen that are clearly able to help, as Letherin has a cart with 2 bookshelves on it sitting outside. And that's where we're going to pause it for those 3 characters. The final character would be Jared. I just got to find the paperwork. All right. Do you remember where we left off with him?
Not exactly.
Okay. Well, now that he's got it slightly revealed, we're going to just go a little bit farther in with it. What he's read, I'll just start with what he summarized that. What he's read was that the main character in this book was born, but his family was killed. But another gentleman had found him and raised him. Eventually, he and his best friend started to explore a bit, and then they started to explore some ruins. One day, they had seen another gentleman who was very different, and after seeing him a couple more times, they realize from some things that he's collecting and what he's saying to himself, he's got some sort of plan to make something called a bomb as a way of getting revenge against gods. In an attempt to try and stop him, they try to run into him a few more times, but either they don't see him or they get there too late and they see him getting away. Finally, though, they run into him face to face. They get ready to fight him, and he has a device on him. And in the middle of the fight, it goes off. But instead of an explosion killing them, they find themselves where they were. But now the area is different. It looks fresher. The trees that were there are smaller. Some ruins are still ruins. And their footprints and battle scars on the ground, like a rock being blown up as an example, didn't happen. They're not there. The rock is fine. The sword has not cut the dirt. Guy 3 has gotten away, though. The bad guy has. Your main character and his best friend, whom your character is now well aware that the main character is himself, start to look around and see what they can figure out about their area. After a little while, though, they find a village. And in the village, you meet a rather eccentric man who is very excited about trying to do different things, but he seems to not let you see him. And then there is a much shorter gentleman who is also very eccentric about experimenting, and you can see him, and he is peculiar. Based on the description, you understand he is a gnome. And he introduces himself, and he says, "Hello, my name is Gnome, and this is my good friend, Johnson." The other gentleman looks at Gnome and goes, "Please, you can call me Cave. We would like to know if you would like to join us on a little adventure to do some experiments in the name of science." And your best friend goes, "Listen, I think I need a few years to settle down. We've been adventuring for so long, I forgot what it's like to just sleep in a bed. I'm not going to do this. I don't think you should either. I think we need some time to just relax. But you, as the adventuring hero that you wish to be, go, fuck that." And you look at Gnome and Johnson and you go, "I'll do it." And you go off on your way. Most of the time, what you're doing is just hunting random exotic creatures with weird items, protecting them as they do whatever they're doing, or going into some ruins and getting them something that they tell you to go get them. Something called like a gyrosphere. Means nothing really to your character. Means absolutely nothing to Zephyr, reading it. But that is what they asked for, and they describe what it looks like, and he goes out and finds something similar to it. And that's where you stop reading. Do you wish to have Zephyr say anything to reading this?
I am going to jot down in my recording book, notify me if we scan anything containing the words gyrosphere.
Okay, the book says noted, and you put down your, I guess, both books, and that's where we will end game.